Is it fair for me to say that the reason why you started to worship Satan in the beginning, yeah, where you said you wanted to have freedom and you wanted to also have a bit of afterlife, did you have a very similar way of making a decision when it came to Christianity?
That's what they preach.
Right, so what I was going to say was, I want to tell you something, okay? If you want freedom, if you want happiness,
they're going to try and mislead you,
if you want tranquility, what I want to say to you is this:
be careful.
Is that you don't get it from, it's ironic, because you don't get it from doing this.
He was in the beginning.
Okay, happiness should not be the goal. Because actually, when you try and chase the world and try and be happy, it acts like a shadow. You walk towards it and it walks away from you. And in fact, you've probably been, tell me if I'm wrong, but you probably had a very depressed life, right?
Sorry.
You've been suffering from mental health and depression.
Because I made a mistake.
And you know, all the ingredients for mental health and prolonged depression are there. That you have a lack of meaning in your life. I'm not saying that it's impossible for someone that has meaning to also go through depression. But what I'm saying is it exacerbates the process. And so, what I say to you is, you have to ask yourself another question. The question you were asking yourself before was, what can I do that gives me all that I want and more? I'm not going to tell you to be Muslim today. Don't worry. Don't calm down. I'm not going to ask him to be Muslim.
Very calm.
It's okay.
I just hate seeing people being misled.
Don't worry. I'm not going to ask him. I'm not going to ask this man to be.
Relatively new
Listen, I'm not going to. Don't worry. I'm not going to ask him to be Muslim today. What I'm going to ask you to do is something else. What I'm going to ask you to do is this.
Enough to say that.
What's your name? June, not July.
Will be applied to you, and we're proud of that.
It's a joke already. Your name.
Under the it is done.
Well, may I say a couple of words on these issues? All right, listen, what I was going to say is this. All I want you to do, and that's all I'm going to say to you today, yeah, is I want you to focus on a different question. The question is not what can I get away with most in life and have the most so-called freedom, which is an illusion, right? Which doesn't exist.
Years after Christ,
it's not that. The question is, what is the purpose of life? Ask that question to yourself. What's the purpose of life? That's the only question I want you to ask. Yeah, and I want you to focus on 2 or 3 points. Point 1, you have free will, or at least you have the instinct of it, a first-person subjective experience of it. Now, usually it's the case that when you have something, that has a usage. So I have 2 lungs and it has a usage. I have 2 eyes and it has a usage. Yeah? I want you to ask yourself, why is it, or what possible usage would free will have? Because the only thing free will is good for is making decisions. But if you feel like you have free will, a first-person subjective experience, and free will is good for making decisions, that suggests that there is some decision that can be made. And this is an existential decision in life of what is, or choosing one thing over the other. What I'm saying to you is this, is what is the purpose of life? When you just sit down by yourself, put all the religions to the side, Christianity, Satanism that you were before, Islam, Judaism, all those religions, put them to the side and ask yourself this question. The Islamic answer is that the purpose of life is to do what everything else in creation is doing, namely submitting to the law of the creator or the lawmaker. That's all. Islam is submission to God through laws, worshipping God, the creator of Jesus, the creator of Satan, the creator of everyone. Now all that is you have to ask yourself, how plausible is that? And if you come to an independent conclusion that this is in fact makes more sense than what I'm upon, which is worshipping a man or a dependent creature, then you can come to us whenever you're ready and we can talk again. Does that make sense?
You know what's really interesting is one of the things is he was going through, he had a burden in his life, and he said, which was very interesting, he said, I prayed to God. Now when he talks about this with Bob the Builder, it's very interesting because what June doesn't say is I pray to Jesus. He doesn't say I pray to the Father. He doesn't say I pray to the Holy Spirit.
It's a very fundamental point.
He says I prayed to God, and my burden got uplifted. Now what's very interesting is instead of thanking him, you went and associated with him. No, I'm not saying you did it intentionally, but the point is, Jew, is you turn to God. You didn't say Jesus, you didn't say the Father, neither did you say the Holy Spirit. And which I found really funny is that's what Islam, that's what submission is.
Right.
And what does Allah say in the Quran for the one that calls upon him?
It says, فَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. That if my slave calls upon me, then I am near. That I answer the call of the caller when he calls.
Yes.
That's indiscriminate, by the way.
Yeah.
That includes Muslims and non-Muslims. That includes you, Jude. That actually includes you. So all I ask is, if you go home tonight, in your spare time, before you go online and do the stuff you usually do, which is watch my videos, of course. Check out. I'm looking. Just do one thing. Yeah. Just do one thing. Just do one thing, which is ask God to guide you. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to associate that with any religion. Just say, God, guide me. I believe that you're the most strong, that you are the independent one, that everything depends upon you and you depend upon nothing, that you are the creator of Jesus and you are the creator of Muhammad and you are the creator of Satan, and just guide me. And I don't think, if you mean this, and if you're sincere, that you can ever arrive at anything other than the submission of one God. But that's just my speculation. I speculate here. Hopefully do that, brother. And next week or the week after, whenever we see each other next, tell me the results of it, yeah? Maybe you'll have a dream. Maybe I'll be there in your dream. Maybe Ali Dawah will be there, it'll be a nightmare. But anyways, or maybe the devil will be there. Say, well, you've forsaken me, my friend. You know? But you know, it's funny because he was able to tempt your God, you know, Jesus Christ, up in the mountain. But I'm only kidding.
In the Bible it says that. Yeah. But anyway, June, like I said before.
Yeah, is that okay, brother? Yeah? So just remember, just call upon God, and when you're by yourself, just say, look, guide God, I know you exist. God, guide me.
Yeah.
And see what happens. God, I want guidance. I want guidance. Guide me. See what happens. But do it to the God that you did it with before, that you were talking about. Not the creation, the creator of all things.
That's good.
That's all I gotta say, Jude. All right, let's go to the next. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah. Thank you. And by the way, try something else. No. I need people to unsubscribe now. This is too many people. Listen.
I'm doubting if you're drinking water now.
This is just no. Listen. Listen. Do this and see what happens.
You already said that.
No.
like Judas.
Write down Surah Al-Baqarah, or the chapter of the cow, Quran, yeah, and just let it play and see what happens to your body. I just want, and then tell me. I just want to know. We'll do like a little experiment, okay? All right, I'll see you later, my friend. Yeah, okay, let's go. Oh, how you doing?